NIO stock was down 2.7% last week. It's down about 10% in the last month, but up 45% in the last 3 months. So NIO stock has had a bullish run in the last 3 to 6 months, but it does look as if now it's hit resistance at that key level of 771. And it's unsure at the moment who's going to take control, the buyers or the sellers. Can NIO get through that key level and push upwards? So in this video, I'm going to conduct a price analysis for NIO stock, offer my thoughts and opinions on whether this is a stock you should buy now. Let's take a look. I'd like to thank the Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. Visit fool.com/DavidB for the 5 best stocks to buy now. Use my special link to get $200 off their epic annual subscription. Now, if you find value in my analysis of NIO stock today or other stocks on my channel, you may also find value in my email newsletter. If you subscribe, I'll share with you professional trading tips to help you make more profits trading stocks. Link down below, check it out. Starting on the weekly chart for NIO stock, we can see last week was bearish. It opened at around 734. There was a low of 668 and it closed low around 686. So bearish last week. And in the last 4 weeks, it did hit this support level of 632. And it did look as if for a while it was moving up to challenge this key level of 771 again. But it fell short and there was some selling pressure last week. So right now, NIO is at that point where we don't know whether it's going to come back to test this level once again, or perhaps next week it's going to move back up, more buying, and it's going to test this level once again. So watch this stock closely the next few weeks. NIO stock has had a bullish run in the last 6 months. Since it fell into that $3 low back in April, it has been bullish. It has been moving up, trending up, creating consecutive higher highs and higher lows, confirming it is in a medium-term uptrend. You can see since $3, it moved up to form this peak here at 445, fell back to form a higher base, and then broke that trend line during the few weeks in July. Very bullish few weeks for NIO. It formed that peak there, 522 in July before. There was some selling pressure. It found support at that second higher base, confirming it was trending upwards. Really bullish week there in August. It broke above this level here and then it fell into support around 560. Now in the last 6 weeks, it did punch through this key level of 771, but it couldn't close convincingly to show that buyers were committed to taking the price of NIO stock beyond $8 and up towards $10, $12, $13. There was some selling pressure about 5 weeks ago. It found support here at around 630, showing there is buying at this level. And we have now got 1, 2, 3, 4 higher bases that have formed since that $3 low, showing NIO is trending up. But it's hit this key level of 771. And at the moment, buyers are just not committed to taking the price higher. Last week was a red bar. You can see it closed low at around 686. So the big question is now, what's going to happen next week for NIO? It could go either way. Now, based on last week's price action being a red bar, being bearish, we have to expect that the next bar is also going to be bearish. So we might have more selling next week and price comes back to test its level of support once again. That's one scenario. Or the buyers come back in and then price perhaps move up to this level and test it around 770. So we have to wait for next week to see who is committed, who wants to take control of NIO stock, the buyers or the sellers. And of course, the third scenario, it just keeps moving sideways and tracks between these two key levels. Zooming out on the weekly chart for NIO stock, we know that this stock has been bearish for over 4 years. Since that all-time high of $66 back in January 2021, NIO stock has been bearish. It has been trending down long term. But you can see on screen I've marked up multiple confirmed downtrend lines, confirming the price action is trending down. But there has been periods where there's been a counter trend to that longer term trend. So you can see here it found support about 11.50 back in May 2022. And it broke out for a few weeks, only to hit resistance there at $25. It then trended down again and found this low here at around $7 in May 2023. There's about 8 weeks up then, bullish price action to create this peak at around $16 before, true to form, NIO fell away again back into the longer term bear trend. It trended down into support at around 360. Hit it here and here before breaking out in 6 weeks to create this key level for NIO stock of $7.71. NIO then trended down again over the next few months into the most recent low of $3, which was formed in April this year. Now, since that low, we have had bullish price action from NIO stock. It's been trending up for about 6 months, and most recently it's hit this level of resistance at 771, corresponding to the peak back here. So right now NIO stock is at this key level. It's unconfirmed whether the buyers are committed and want to punch through here and take the level up higher. So if you're thinking about buying NIO stock, should you buy it right now? Well, of course, all depends on your own rules, strategy and risk appetite. But let me offer some thoughts and comments on what I think about this stock. We can see right now, there is a chance that this price action is still a counter trend. And this might be the limit, it might fall away. And I think we're going to get confirmation in the next few weeks. If price breaks this level here around 630, if it closes for the week under 630, the probability is that NIO is going to trend back down and perhaps test 550 and then 445. And that would correspond to the long-term bear trend. So that's possible. That's the bearish scenario. It needs to break this level here. Right now, it's moving above that level and it's under the key level of $7.71, $8. So you could say it's sort of going sideways across here. I think as long as it stays in this zone, you can watch NIO stock. And if you're holding it, keep holding it because it's not going down, it's not going up. It's possibly consolidating before the next push up, but this could be distribution. There could be more selling and it falls away. Now, if you're thinking about buying NIO stock, I think for confirmation that this stock is moving up, it is moving up and it's going to be bullish. I'd like to see a weekly close, a strong close above $8. So I want to see weekly price action, take out this peak here of $8. That's the peak at the end of September. Take out that peak and close high for the week. So perhaps a close around 820 would give you confirmation that the buyers are in control. They've closed above this key level, indicating that the price is more likely to move higher. And potentially, if we get more buyers coming in, it's going to move towards 950 and then onwards to 16. So for confirmation, I think you want to see that close above 8 to 820 for the week. So you'll know then the buyers are in control. So right now, it's in that watch zone. If it breaks that level, you might want to sell. And if you want to get into NIO stock for the medium term, a close above this level, I think, is key. Now, lots of positivity around NIO at the moment. They've made record EV sales recently, which is really bullish indicator. And of course, management is still working towards that profitability in the next 6 months. So if they keep selling more cars and the bottom line improves, there's a good chance that NIO is going to break above that level. And that could attract new money, new investors, and NIO could really surge. But right now, I think this is a watch in terms of a trading opportunity. Of course, if you believe in the company, you could build your position long term at these value price levels. Let me know what you think in the comments. Are you bullish on NIO? Are you going to enter above $8? Or perhaps you've got other rules? Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching.